So for our NASA Epic Challenge, we chose to focus on oxygen carbon dioxide cycle with plants. The purpose of our experiment, we chose this experiment because we wanted to figure out how many plants per human we needed to sustain a comfortable lifestyle on Mars.
And to figure this out, we used technology that could track how much carbon dioxide and oxygen there was in a biodome, and then we also used a temperature probe to measure the temperature, and then used that information to figure out how many plants we would need.
And then this is an overview of all the equipment that we used. We ended up using a biodome, a thermometer, an O2 sensor, a CO2 sensor, an HID light, and a fluorescent light, which will be further explained in the next slide. This is the O2 sensor, which is very similar to the CO2 sensor, which is very similar to the O2 one. They measure the percentage and the parts per million of that chemical in the biodome. And this is the the O2 sensor, which does the same thing. And because they're in a closed capsule, we can get a direct reading on what is actually happening with our plants. And then these are the two lights. We used the fluorescent light and the HID light, and they both had different properties, so we wanted to see which one ended up working better. The fluorescent light had a broader light spectrum, but ran at a cooler temperature with a lower wattage, while the HID light had a much higher lumen output and a greater wattage, so we wanted to see which one was more effective for our plant growth.
This is just a simple bar graph showing how much the plants grew while they were in the biodome. So they started at 6 grams, 4 grams, and 2 grams, and then the largest one grew up to about 7 grams. This is the weight before and after.
And then this is the data that we actually pulled from the Spark systems. This is a screenshot of the actual recordings from the different sensors. Each line corresponds to a different thing. The red one here, which is also corresponding to this chart, happens to be the carbon dioxide. And then here you can see that our numbers for the carbon dioxide actually went down, meaning the plant consumed the carbon dioxide, and our numbers for oxygen percentage and parts per million actually went up. So the plant consumed the carbon dioxide and in turn produced the oxygen, which was the entire point of our experiment.